What's up guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. As you guys can tell, today we're going to be talking about eyebrows. Now before I start, I want to go ahead and say if you guys want to just go ahead and jump straight to the video where it's the actual procedure being done, where I show my before or after and the healing process and all that good jazz, I'll include the timestamps below so you guys can just skip all this bluff. But without further ado, let's jump straight into the conversation. So I want to go ahead and start and clear the air and say that microblading is not tattooing. Think of it as tattoo as more permanent and more long-lasting, and microblading is more so semi-permanent on the natural side compared to tattooing. Microblading, you will have to come at different times within a few months or a year or so to get it retouched and redone to make it look and spot clean again, you know? But I was fortunate enough to find a really good artist or beautician, or I'm not sure the correct term for them, I'll just say beautician, that does my eyebrows. It took me a few years. I didn't just jump the gun. I kind of already knew I was going to get my eyebrows done ever since trying the natural ways, the castor oil and all that for years and not having any luck. My eyebrows were there, the hairs were there, they just weren't dark enough. They weren't, since my hair is thin, so it's kind of like genetics, you can't really help it. But I was definitely looking at different artists in Atlanta, which I just moved to, and I was trying to see if anyone was worthy enough, because I feel like of anything on my face, eyebrows are number one. Eyebrows are my everything. So when I found Susan, she owns Bombshell Brows here in Atlanta. If you guys are local, and you guys can probably hit her up or look at her IG, which I'll include all her information below. But don't worry, I'm not being sponsored. I don't get no discounts. I pay the same amount just like you guys, which as I should, because that work, I feel like, you know, you're paying quality work, so it shouldn't be discounted, but that's just me. So I was able to sit down and talk with Susan, and she told me that every artist that does microblading, of course, even tattoo, it's so much easier to start with a clean slate, as I had done. Like, no previous work done, no nothing, just clean. Because if you guys ever notice tattoo artists, or if you speak with any of them, not many of them specialize in cover-up tattoos, simply because it's so difficult to correct someone else's work because of pressure or some other factors that might play into it. That's why clean slate is always ideal. So when I went to Susan, it was a really good, easy start for her since I had no previous work done. When I went to the shop, I had already known what I was getting myself into, but if you're still not sure and you still have questions, she definitely has the answers. We sat down, our consultation took over an hour, and that's just talking it out, figuring out which one I might lean towards to, because if you guys go on her website, which I will include, she has different procedures of what you guys can do. It's not just microblading, you know? So she talks about, you know, your skin type and what works best with that, the longevity of the procedure, and so and so. So I remember just off the top of my head, she may have changed some things, but the procedures are still definitely there. She may have added some services, but I remember the very first natural step. So if you guys are interested, there is number one, the microblading. That is the most natural first level of microblading. It is literally the, she will map out your eyebrows. She definitely finds it with your points, your high points, and like helps balance out your face. But after that's all done, if you guys choose to do microblading, the very first natural step, that is literally one by one the hair strokes. And she does it all the way through and through. I did not opt for that option simply because I am more of the very oily combination type of skin, more so on the oily side. I don't ever get any dry patches or anything, but she told me basically the microblading is not so ideal for oily skin because your pores are basically pushing out. When it's pushing out the excess oil, it will push out the ink as well, and that will cause a blur, and it won't be as sharp. Like, I like mine very defined. Like, a lot of people might not like this, but yeah, that leads into the second level. Right after microblading, there is ombre brows. So I actually originally did not start with ombre brows, which I do have now. And they are just a shading to where she kind of does this gradient effect to make it ombre. And I would describe it as more of a very defined, very Instagrammy look. Very, yeah, not a lot of people probably, I didn't opt for this one because I felt like it was a little too bold for me, but obviously not anymore. So at the time, we talked about it and we opted for the third option. Under microblading, under ombre brows, there was a third option, and it was the micro-ombre brows. And this is pretty much the best of both worlds. It's the combination of microblading and the shading smashed into one, like their love child into one. So I was more drawn to this one because the tail, she would shade it, and then for the front part, she would do the microblading. She would draw the individual strokes, so it'll have that nice, natural, flared look, and then followed by a very defined tail. Now, I started with that one. It was the most expensive. Starting price, or let me not say starting price. The price set on that was $550, and that is the third one, the most expensive but the best of both worlds procedure. I ended up going back after, I believe, 3 months to get it redone, and I ended up switching from the micro brow level 3 to the ombre brows level 2. I felt like the color just wasn't bold enough, simply because it's probably just like my issue, because she lets you choose a shade, and then she'll kind of like, you know, talk you if it's like the most recommended or not, but the shade was just too light, and then the brows were just too blurry looking, and she was not kidding about my oils blurring the effect and making it not so sharp. So I actually ended up going at my retouch at 3 months to get the ombre brows, which I have now, which it has almost been a good year now that I've had, and it's still holding up. Prices do change. It's kind of, I want to show you guys the website, or you guys can just check it out on your own, because I feel like explaining it might be a little confusing. But, you know, the earlier you get it done, the cheaper it is. And if you wait past a year to get your retouch done, it's basically full price again. So you want to go back and see your beautician and like get it consistently redone, I guess, since everyone's skin types are very different. Someone could have oilier skin than me, and then their eyebrows wouldn't be holding up this well like mine, and they would have to return, and I would highly suggest that. Now, if you guys are really wondering about pain level, on a scale of 1 to 5, since I have my shoulder tattoo that kind of comes on my shoulder blade, and then I have a side tattoo kind of on that squishy part on your side, just above the ribs. I feel like I've handled those really well. Wow, that was really weird. I handled those really well. So I feel like my pain tolerance is possibly a 4.5. Now, if you're just afraid of the pain on your face, she does have numbing cream, so don't fret, don't let that stop you. But I've tried it without numbing cream because it kind of slows down the process, because you have to let it sit and let it cook on your face and let it, you know, let your skin eat it up before she can start. But it hits some nerves, you know, it's on your face, so it's really sensitive. It's a different spot that you've never felt before, so it's like, it's definitely, it can make your eye tear up a little just because it hits like a nerve, you know, like I'm probably describing it really wrong, but like the way it's kind of like, it's just a consistent scratchy feeling. It's like, it feels like really bad sunburn, but the way it's like on your forehead and just that really sensitive area, it just makes your eye kind of like teary a little, not like crying, but it's just like, you know, just makes your eye, I don't know if I'm describing this right, but that's how it worked for me. Like, it wasn't like I'm gonna cry. I hope it makes no one cry, but because, you know, numbing is there. It's not an extra fee or anything for numbing, so it's most definitely there. So take it if you think you need it. But I don't think pain should be an issue for anybody. It's very minimal. It's the healing after that, it literally feels like sunburn, kind of like your tattoo, kind of just like that sunburn feeling, and you just gotta apply some ointment. I know different shops give different ointments. I'm not sure. I only done this once at this one person with Susan, and she gives this cute little baggie, and it comes with colloidal silver. I just went on Amazon and bought a bigger one simply because I know I'm always gonna maintain these eyebrows. I'm willing to pay this, so why not get a long-lasting jar? I think this is only $10. I don't know. I haven't opened it yet, but yeah, she uses colloidal silver. She may change it to something else that she finds better, but I bought me a bigger jug, and she tells you exactly how to prep it, clean it, how to take care of it for the next following days because it peels and stuff. But just to like help buff out some stuff, she does suggest some baby shampoo, which is very good because it's very light for the skin, especially for sensitive skins, if you guys are worried about that. So just keeping it up post procedure, it's very easy. I kind of did it, if you have a good 2 weeks that you're not going to be really out in public eye or in front of people, then definitely get it done because they peel like crazy, and you don't peel the flakes. Please do not peel the flakes, y'all. If you peel the flakes, it's essentially taking the ink, or it could cause blotchy spots. So you don't want that. You don't want your money to go to waste. Let it peel. Don't pick at it. Just let it fall off on its own, you know? So it depends, you know, from person to person, how fast you heal, how slow you heal, how well you take care of it, how well you clean it. But it's fairly simple. I'm pretty sure infections are rare. Just know that do your research. Make sure that shop is clean. Make sure that shop is credible. If you guys do decide to go see Susan, she does do her own training, and you know, she's a mentor, so she definitely knows what she's doing, and that's why I feel comfortable telling her shop about to you guys, or just, you know, just keep researching people until you really like that picture. If you see one bad picture, I'd reconsider and find another. I don't know, but that's just me. But yeah, other than that, a year later, I love my brows. Like, look at this, you guys. Like, I can go swimming without no wonder brow or no extra work, you know? Like, I love these, and I love how well they stay up. I cannot wait to go back and just get it done. Sure, it's you know, it's just like getting your nails done. It's whatever you want to. She does other services, but you know, like I said, you guys, it's an investment into you. Definitely consider what you're paying for is what you get. I know a lot of artists can charge cheaper for this type of procedure. I've heard some people do about 100 or 200 just for the thing. I paid, I started out, when I told you guys I started out clean slate with the Micro-ombre, the number 3, the level 3. That one was at $550. Remember, do not forget to tip your artist. Do not forget, you guys. Please don't. They're doing work. They're taking their time. They're making you beautiful. They're doing you all this greatness. Please don't forget to tip them. So, of course, my price went up. When I came back at the 3 months retouch, I switched to the ombre, which is what I have now. I have not done any other retouch. I paid the 3 months. You don't pay for the new full price. You pay at, like, the 3 months, what I paid was $150. So that's not bad. Plus the tip, of course, you guys. Don't forget the tip. Cannot stress that enough. Pay your people. But I'm gonna go ahead and include the videos and all that good stuff. But if I left anything out, I feel like I may have left something out. If there's anything I can possibly answer for you guys, because I know when back then, years ago, I tried finding people with the video, the actual procedure done. I could not find any. So I graciously asked Susan, can I please record it so I can show my peeps? And she allowed me. So I really hope you guys, I hope it helps you understand more better if my words didn't. And please, please, please drop some comments. I will answer them as soon as I get it. I will try to get to everybody. But please let me know if I left anything. It could be a touchy subject. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for commenting. Just let's keep it a clean, beautiful community of us coming together, learning from each other, helping each other. But I will catch you guys in the next video. And thank you. Bye.
DNA